YouTube, what's going on? It is May 1st. This is going to be my second upload of the day because I did not do one yesterday. Thank you if you watched the last video just in the past few hours, but this is episode 29. I want to do a different format with this. The reason being that, just change it up, I guess. So what I did to start off, poured myself a beer, and the format I want to take with this, I guess, is being behind the bar, like the brewery. Yeah, I'm still processing. There's a lot of different things that I wanted to talk about, or that have been going through my head today and yesterday, I guess. And I had the chance to go work at City Star on Wednesday, which was pretty fun, catching up and seeing some old faces. And it's the fourth brewery that I've worked at, and I've now been in the craft beer scene for, I don't know, that trip was probably 6 years, I think. 7 maybe, I don't even know now. Long time. And one of the things that, first off, there's multiple reasons why I work at a brewery, or I've been in a brewery on and off. First off, I like craft beer, not just for the taste, but also for the social aspect of it. Like, there's a lot, it's like food. Every style has its origin story, reason why it exists, why it tastes the way it does. And so it's a cultural thing. I mean, even the Egyptians were paid in bread and beer, if you want to go back that far. So every region has its own alcoholic beverage of choice that stems from whatever was around them. So there's just a lot of history in craft beer, which I find really fascinating. Also, pouring craft beer, you have an audience that you have to cater to and talk to and help out. And being a huge introvert and also being very shy, it helps bring me out of that and makes me kind of face people and my fear, which I'm all about. I always want to try to attack whatever I'm fearful of head on, just so I can get past that barrier, or past that the wall, or whatever you want to call it. So, but what I want to do with this is essentially, because I'm not behind the bar, we're not having those interactions right now, I figured I'd just kind of talk about all the random stuff that I can or used to do or will do eventually when I'm having a beer with people I know. So cheers. But one of the first things I wanted to talk about, actually rewind before I get into that topic. One of the fun things about being behind the bar is, because you do see so many different people, everybody has a different life that they're living. There's different things that they interact with on the regular, or that they're familiar with. So a conversation that I have with one person about photography is going to be a total different conversation that I have with someone who used to live in Nicaragua, or that's going to be a total different conversation from someone who happens to have a bearded dragon or a ball python. So throughout any one given shift, I can have conversations across a huge spectrum of different topics, and that's, I don't know, it's kind of fun. Like, you're not just stuck doing one thing all the time. I mean, you're pouring beer and talking about beer, of course, but the interactions that come from it are really varied, and that's pretty fun. So, but the first topic first topic that I was thinking about is stealing. And I think that some of the best artists, people, entrepreneurs, they're all thieves. We're all thieves. Even you and I as human beings, we're all thieves. And in the sense that we're, hopefully, now this goes both ways, thieving and stealing in order to improve. At least that's how I view it. So, like, any time I have an interaction with someone, or I go to visit a place, or literally anything, I always try to nitpick and find one thing, or try to come out with something to better improve myself or my surroundings. So I feel like I do that a lot. One of the reasons why I do like interacting with people or being behind the bar is I can nitpick and, like, oh, they said this in a different manner that either makes it more appealing or funny, or I get to ask, if they have a weird quirk, I can either research or dissect it, or even ask them about it, and that might be something I can incorporate into my everyday life that will thus make my life easier or better. So stealing in that sense is something I like to do, and I think most people should. And now, on the opposite side of the spectrum, negativity, for example, or complaining, I think people do that a lot. So you'll find someone, it could be anything. It could be raining and someone's like, man, I hate this rain. Like, what am I going to do now? I just washed my car. They start complaining and they start getting attention, and someone else that wants to seek attention or become involved in that conversation, they start complaining, and it becomes this vicious cycle. So that kind of stealing and thieving and that, try to stay away from it. I know I myself get caught up in it too, even though I try to steer away from it, but it goes both ways. So, but yeah, that was the one topic. The other topic that I wanted to kind of throw out some random thoughts about is time and time management, maybe. So, like, throughout this whole thing, by this thing I mean these YouTube videos, I've pretty consistently posted almost every day. I think I've skipped twice, but I've made up for those days that I skipped. One was the next morning. This is going to be 2 in one day. I think I actually have an extra video. I don't know, this is a good time to say subscribe. I don't always post or share these videos on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram or TikTok. I upload them to YouTube, but I don't always share them. So, and that could be for multiple reasons, either because I'm shy or nervous about a video, or like I have a video that I talked about and showed one of my ball pythons. I didn't post that because I know a lot of people in my Facebook world are not fans of snakes. So if it gets views, it'll be from subscribers. So please subscribe and like and all that stuff. But time management, YouTube. I'd like to consider myself one of the busiest individuals I know. And it's not that I try to be. I like to be occupied, I like to be productive, and I tend to chase things that I get excited about, which in turn keeps me up at night. So, like, as an example, yesterday and today, I took power naps and ended up staying, well, I mean, now it's not too late, it's only like 11, but I guess for a lot of people that might be late. I tend to get involved with things that keep me up because I get excited about it and I want to keep doing it or learning about it, building on myself and just chasing things that excite me. I don't want to be in a world where everything's drab and I'm not, I don't know, I just want to be passionate about stuff. So I'm always trying to chase that passion, whatever it is. And with this YouTube thing, which is super fascinating, is before this, and even for the entire time that I've had this shop, I've worked at the shop, building it, and I've had a lot of different side hustles or projects that I've been working on. But if you're truly excited about something and passionate, you make time for it. And that's what this has kind of been now. Like, I'm really excited about this YouTube thing. Like, I mentioned it earlier, but throughout the day in a previous video, throughout the day I'll find myself thinking, like, what should I talk about tonight? Or what can I riff on? Or what's something that people would enjoy? Should I show off an animal today? Should I show this side of the business? But it comes down to time. I don't sleep much. I'd love to sleep more. But there's times I don't want to sleep because I want to do something. And I think that's the case. A lot of people complain that they don't have enough time. I think it's more people don't have time for the things they're not excited about. And that could be hobbies, work, family, friends. Like, if you're just not excited about doing that one thing, seeing that one person, and having that interaction, that conversation, you're not going to give your time to it, or hopefully you don't. It takes the energy out of you, it wastes it. So this YouTube thing, even though it's small, even though I think only have 58 subscribers as of I'm recording this, even though that's a small audience, I've been having a lot of fun having these conversations and these dialogues away from the video, and it makes me want to keep doing it, which is super cool. And that's on top of running the reptile business. That's on top of taking care of all these animals when I get home, all these bugs when I get home, feeding the snakes when I get home. That's on top of doing social media stuff for the business. That's on top of reading. That's on top of watching movies. Like, I still do so much, but I still make time for it. So find if you like it, if you enjoy it, if you want more of it, you're going to make time for it, whatever it is, even relationships. The right person, you'll probably make time for them. So that was one of the other ideas that I had. This is a longer video. I hope that's okay. I was actually planning on drinking this entire beer while I recorded and just having a, like, across the bar, like, hey, what can I get you today? oh, cool, yeah, today, this is from Pros. This is a Dunkel. It's going to be a malt forward beer. Kind of doing that thing. Maybe I'll still do it. I was trying to figure out if I can make a makeshift bar where I could like slide the beer across and cheers, think. But yeah, my thoughts are scattered, man. It's okay though. Sometimes you need to just kind of like let it all go, put it all out there. One of the other things that I enjoy from being behind the bar and seeing different people is all the different ideas that I always have. I feel like there's what's that quote? I forget what the quote is, but essentially, I'm not. It's I'm gonna butcher it. I'm not even gonna attempt it because it's gonna be awful. The idea is kind of going back to stealing that the best people tend to build off of others. They take one thing, they see something that they can do to improve it, they merge it, and it becomes like this even better product or this better story, concept, theory, and yeah, that's one of the things that's fun about interacting with people from different backgrounds, cultures, and I mean, that's why I like traveling. When you go traveling, you're exposed to so many new like sensory things, whether it's taste or smell or sight. Uh, it just opens up an entire new world. Yeah. I don't even know if this video is gonna get views. I don't really care. I used to journal a lot. I used to write down a lot. Man, the amount of journals that I've written and burned in the fire pit is ridiculous. Even looking back on it, like people always say, just hold on to all of your journals and those memories, and look back at it when you're older and laugh about it. I don't know if it's that I'm embarrassed or I write it to get out of my head, like what I'm doing now. I'll write it down, and that way it has a form, it has something I can feel and hold, and it's outside. I have more room up here to fill up again. And so I used to do that with journaling, and I think this is my attempt at doing that now with video. Here's a fun story. One of the fun things, one of the most terrifying things for me is speaking in front of a large audience or people. When I was in high school, I was the president of a few different clubs, which meant, of course, I was always talking to the group. And at certain times, I was in front of the whole assembly, the entire school, for whatever it was, to introduce a certain speaker or whatever. And I'd have to like, it's like taking a leap off the diving board, the deep end. How the first time you're like super nervous and you walk to the edge and you're looking down, and it's just this deep pool of water, and you're nervous because it's a super high height and it's a long distance, and that's what it was as far as the people. So that's like internally hype myself up and just kind of like shake it out, and then go in and commit, like, hey, what's up, my name's Pablo Guzman, I'm president of, and I would have to commit to this role of being this engaging personality essentially in front of the student audience. And anytime I do that, I black out. So I remember walking to the front, and this would even go for like small classes and presentations. I'll go in front of the class and I'll commit to that. Hey, what's going on? Let's do this is my presentation. I'll commit to that version of myself, and then as soon as I step off of the stage or get out of the way, I look back and I can't remember. All I remember is people like clapping or like, hey, great job, you spoke a little fast, but great job. Like, that was a regular thing. And it's weird when I forgot where I was going with that. Jeez, this is all I've had too. I haven't even had a full beer. But I get nervous in front of people, and I get a lot of these thoughts and try to put them out there. Maybe I will finish this beer. This is 14 minutes already. Longer format. Even now, as far as thoughts that are going through my head right now, even now as I'm drinking this beer, talking to the camera, talking to you guys, as a content creator, I guess, in different spheres, different niche, I don't know, businesses, brands, topics, whatever, I'm thinking, how is this gonna look like to people that watch this? How many people are gonna stay tuned until this point? How many people logged off? Why did they log off? Content, is it because of the background isn't cool enough? I don't know. I feel like I could just do this all day. Talking and drinking beer. I had planned to go on a rant about why I enjoy craft beer more and breaking down like what's been involved as far as learning about it when I've been outside of the country. That didn't happen. I don't know, 15 minutes. Tomorrow is also day 30. It's going to be 30 days, a month of videos. That's crazy. I have an idea for that one already too. I don't know, I'll probably talk about it tomorrow and then I'll start it on episode 31, this concept that I've had going. I talk about it right now, but it just doesn't make sense because I want to do like a committed episode to it tomorrow. So, and that's going to tie into the time commitment thing about even when I say I don't have time, I find myself doing stuff like this YouTube video, or I find myself making TikTok videos, or I find myself waking up early for garage sales or whatever. There's literally a garage sale tomorrow across the street, which is pretty epic. This lady's moving, and so she's been selling everything over the past year. And usually, because my store opens at 10, I'll wake up like at 9:30, get ready really quick, and then just drive to my shop, which is like 2 minutes and 12 seconds to drive there. Yes, I've timed it. And she's older. She'll probably start the yard sale, I'm guessing, like at 7 or 7:30. So I'm definitely going to be up in my PJs, walking across the street, doing a brief little lap to see what she has, and then I'll probably come back and take a quick nap before going to the shop. So, time, man. Like, I should be sleeping. I shouldn't wake myself up. But I love garage sailing. I want to go see what I can find. Maybe I'll find a deal, or I'll find some cool little knick-knack that I can put here in my house. I've been talking too long. Yeah. Oh, man. So much going on. I think I'm going to finish it there, guys. If you made it this far, thank you for watching. And please subscribe if you find value in this, or hit the like button. You don't have to if you don't want to, but it's been fun. It's been fun talking to you guys. I'll talk to you in the next episode, which will probably be tomorrow, Saturday, so I'll be at my shop until midnight cleaning. It's just the weekend routine, so it'll probably be posted around, I'm guessing, between 1 and 2 in the morning by the time I leave my shop at midnight, get home and shower and kind of decompress and then film. So, yeah, I'll see you guys then. Have a great night, and cheers.